I want to tackle a topic today that really doesn't get a lot of attention, probably because it's one of those topics that isn't necessarily fun. However, it is something that is 100% present in the life of every single entrepreneur, business owner, startup, or self-employed. And I am well aware that when the road is rough, it doesn't feel good. When times are tough. Tough enough that you begin thinking, I don't know if I can keep doing this. Maybe it's your own business, or maybe it's your job, and things are just starting to look a little bit like impossible. Man, I have been there. And you probably don't want to hear this, but this is good news, and I'm going to tell you why. I know this doesn't feel like good news, but if things are tough, even question the meaning of life and why the heck am I still doing this tough, then you're crossing a very important milestone. So please don't miss the opportunity and the critical lesson that is to be learned for when the going gets tough. Now, I need to give you a little backstory just so you can know where I'm coming from, and I promise to make this lightning fast. The short version is this. I started a company in my 20s and then sold it and retired in my 30s. Now, it wasn't really my plan, it's just how the cookie crumbled. And that career, while perhaps shorter than the average, in no way lacked tough times. I feel confident that I hit the same number of rough patches that any 30 or 40-year career has. It was just more concentrated in my case. I shed enough blood, sweat, and tears to fill a swimming pool. Not that one, that one. I flirted with bankruptcy multiple times. So I want you to know, if you've ever had one of those seasons, or maybe you're in one right now, where you are certain the train you are on is crashing and you are just days away from living in a van down by the river. I feel you. Sometimes it just feels like things aren't working out like you planned. And it's not fun. So I'm not gonna sit here and make it sound like it is. However, oh, is there beauty and light at the end of this tunnel. Know this, the path to the most beautiful places is often unpaved. Let me draw this analogy. Have you ever seen Kawaii? Well, you have, even if you haven't been there. It's where blockbuster movies are filmed. It's where the deepest of deep pockets keep a second home. The natural beauty of that island will take your breath away, which is why it's the backdrop to so many things that you've already seen. And that island is, wait for it, 10% accessible by car, which means if you plan on seeing the other 90% of it, you're gonna have to get creative. Not just the road, but the path to the most beautiful places like northern Nepali coast is unimproved. You wanna see the most beautiful waterfalls in the world? Well, there's no road to take you there. You're either a skilled hiker with endurance worthy of the Olympics, or you're getting mad creative and using a helicopter or a boat, because if you wanna be awarded with the destination with the most spectacular views, roads won't take you there. And this is the story of business, especially for you entrepreneurs, business owners, startups, and self-employed. I would say the road is difficult, but oftentimes there isn't even a road to take you where you want to go. You have to carve your own path. Think about it. Why do roads even exist? Well, it's so masses of people can get from A to B over and over safely. So if there's a nice paved road where you're going, then lots of other people are going there too. But what you're doing, business owner, is going where masses of people don't go. So unfortunately, if you plan on seeing success with your own eyes by carving your own path, you're gonna have to get creative and be ready to fight and endure. So let me issue this fair warning. If you think you're gonna make it to entrepreneurial success or the top of the ladder or 1%ville without risk, grit, fighting in the trenches, and building bridges over rough patches, then just stop watching now. Because if you're nursing that option to quit, pondering plan B, or constantly looking for an easier path to making it, this talk isn't for you. Because that mindset will not get you to the destination you're dreaming of. Tough times, bad days, weeks, and months are inevitable. And during these times, it feels like everything around you is changing permanently. Each daunting new challenge presents a fork in the road, what I call adapt or die. You can conquer the obstacle in front of you, or you can quit. Those are really the only two options. And what if that decision to quit happens right before a major breakthrough? My guess is what you're working on is just a skosh smaller than, say, running an airline. But for kicks and grins, let's consider the airlines and how COVID shook their business. You know, less travelers, new travel restrictions, more cleaning, or think about how 9/11 shook the airline's entire business model. I don't know squat about running an airline, but I guarantee you, those folks at the top are thinking, crap, this is gonna be tough, real tough, with uncharted waters. But it was gonna be that way for all of them. All the airlines had to deal with the post 9/11 shift. All of the airlines had to deal with COVID. So those are simply seasons of when the going got rough, but rough for everyone. Here's how I want you to think about things when times get hard. And it doesn't matter if you take pictures, cut hair, sell phone cases, t-shirts, widgets, chicken sandwiches, consulting, or involved in virtually any business you can think of. When outside events and pressures start making things hard, chances are you're not the only one. And the hard truth is, you don't want things to be easy. You really don't. Business that is easy has a much lower barrier to entry. Anything that's easy for you is easy for someone else too. You need things to be hard. Not always, but you need a steady rhythm of challenges. This protects you. Have you ever heard of the concept of having a moat around your business? You want to build your business, acquire customers, and then build a moat, like a castle. And that drawbridge is the only way in and out. And you, the castle owner, control that drawbridge. And that moat is the protection that you have to keep your competitive advantages alive. So much so that it's hard for competitors to come close because there's that dang moat of protection surrounding you. Well, your business being hard is just one more layer to your moat. Surely you've heard it said, if it was easy, everyone would be doing it. Let's not forget that. So next time you're running along and all of a sudden this near impossible hurdle is blocking your path, know that everyone else in the race has to jump that hurdle as well. There's no business problem you have that someone else hasn't had or has now. If you're convinced otherwise, then you're probably suffering from a victim mentality. And know that the victim never wins because they've already convinced themselves they've lost. The hard times you faced or the hard times you're facing right now, those trials build character. An easy path or easy solution doesn't do that. Success doesn't do that. Trials build character. Success builds comfort. And comfort builds complacency. And if you're not careful, success will take you where character can't sustain you. So you need those trials. Embrace the hard times and unpeel those trials so you can learn the lessons hidden inside. Trials, challenges, rejection, and perseverance pave the road to success. And while I can't get into defining success for you, not right now, you need to question what success really means to you. Because I'm willing to bet many of you are probably missing the mark on defining success.
You keep using the word. I don't think it means what you think it means.
And why is it so important? Well, if you define it wrongly, then you'll wind up chasing the wrong thing or something that doesn't exist. Next time you wake up to a brand new problem, one of those problems that everyone else doing what you're doing is going to have to solve, just think, this is an opportunity. An opportunity for you to conquer this new challenge better than anyone else. And remember, you need these challenges. It may not feel like it, but you need the road to be difficult. Can you even imagine what coronavirus did to the restaurant industry? It darn near chained weights around their ankles and tossed them into the ocean. Some rose to the occasion and some closed their doors. It was a very difficult road. If the road where you're going is an easy 12-lane freeway, then everyone else is going there too, and at the very least, at the same speed. You have to welcome the road less traveled, the unimproved path, because not everyone is going to make it down that path. And that's an opportunity for you to win. Hey, thanks for watching. I truly hope this helps you. If you've got an example of a challenge you conquered and it was a real turning point for you, share it in the comments below. You never know who might learn from it. And if you've got questions about your startup or small business, ask it in the comments below. Maybe I can help, or maybe someone else watching this has been there. And if you got value out of this, punch like, subscribe, or follow, or whatever it is YouTube is up to these days. Take care.